chapter number 17, and the chapter name is Effects of Light. You must have also seen the dust particle in a beam of sunlight enter the house through a small window. We switch on the light on the headlamp of a car when we drive through a thick fog. You might have seen the beam of those lamps. What do we really see when we see a beam of light? We see tiny dust particles floating in the beam. That is why we are able to see the beam of light. We see a variety of shades of color in the early morning and the evening sky. In the paragraph taken from the space by the satellite, the earth appears to be bluish. What is the cause of all these effects? A rays, it is called scattering of light. A ray of light is composed of different colors. Scattering of light means to separate constituents of light or to separate light. When the light rays hit the tiny particles of solid, liquid, or gas, the constituent colors of light rays get scattered or separated. The sun rays entering through a small window hit the dust particle in the air and get scattered. These scattered rays enter our eyes, due to which we see the beam of sunlight and the dust particle floating in it. When sunlight enters the Earth's atmosphere, it gets scattered by the molecules of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, etc. present in the atmosphere. At this time, the blue color in the sunlight gets scattered the most, and thus the sky appears blue during the day. If the earth had no atmosphere, there would not have been scattering of light, and due to which the sky would have appeared dark during the day. The blue color in the sunlight gets scattered the most on the earth, due to which the earth appears to be bluish in the photographs taken from the space by satellites. At the time of sunset, the sun is near the horizon. At this time, the sunlight travels greater distance through the layers of atmosphere to reach us. During this journey, the blue color in the sunlight gets scattered the most. As there is less scattering of the red light in the sunlight, it directly reaches us. Thus, the sun appears red. This has been verified by observation from the rockets and the satellites which go out of the Earth's atmosphere. Related to this, now we will do the practical of scattering of light. Now we will do one activity. For that, apparatus is a table lamp with a 60 or 100 watt milky bulb, the thick black paper, thickening tape, a packing needle, 100 to 200 ml glass beaker, milk or milk powder, dropper, spoon, etc. Procedure: cover the mouth of the lampshade properly with the black paper using sticking tape. Prick a hole of 1 to 2 mm diameter in the center of the paper. With the help of the packing needle, take clear water in the beaker. Light the bulb and place the beaker in the contact with the hole. Observe from the front and at an angle of 90 degree. Now add 2 to 3 drops of milk to the water and stir. Observe again. A few more drops of milk may have to be added to make the water turbulent. A blue tint is seen when observed along the 90-degree angle. This is the scattered blue light because the blue light is scattered. A red-yellow light is seen from the front and the whole appears reddish. What is a shadow? How is a shadow formed? The light emerging from a source of light illuminates the screen placed in front of it. But if an object is placed between the source of light and the screen, the light rays get obstructed by the object, as that part of the screen does not get illuminated. It remains dark. This dark part is known as shadow. Now we will see the shadow obtained from a point source and extended source. First we will see point source. When a source of light is very small in size, for example, light emerging from a hole, it is called a point source. Option: a source of light which is very small in size is called point source. When an object is placed in the path of light emerging from a point source, only one shadow is formed on the screen. The shadow formed is dark and is known as the umbra. Now we will see extended source. When a source of light is bigger in size, means light emerging from a torch, it is called an extended source. Option: a source of light which is bigger in size is called an extended source. When an object is placed in the path of light emerging from an extended source, the shadow is seen with two parts. The darker part of shadow is known as the umbra, and the fainter means lighter part of shadow is known as penumbra. When the screen is moved away from the object which is bigger than the extended source of light, the size of both the shadows means umbra and penumbra goes on increasing. On the other hand, when the screen is moved away from the object which is smaller than the extended source of light, the size of umbras goes on decreasing, and after a certain distance it disappears. As you seen in this figure 17.5, shadow of a small object obtained from an extended source. Now we will see eclipse. What is meant by eclipse? When the sun, the moon, the earth all revolving in different orbits come in a straight line, an eclipse occurs. This is a neutral phenomenon. Now first we will see solar eclipse. In the first picture, solar eclipse is shown. Now we will see solar eclipse. The sun is an extended source of light which is extremely big in size. When the moon comes between the sun and the earth, the sunlight is obstructed by the moon. The shadow of the moon falls on the earth. The sun can be seen partly or cannot be seen completely from the part in the shadow. This phenomenon is called as solar eclipse. When the solar disk is completely covered by the moon, the solar is called total solar eclipse. When the solar disk is not covered fully by the moon, the eclipse is called partly solar eclipse. The harmful ultraviolet rays emerging from the sun reach the earth even during the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse should not never be seen or watched with the naked eyes. Instead, specially type of goggles should be used to see or watch it. A solar eclipse takes place only on a new moon day. It should be noted that the solar eclipse does not occur on all new moon days. As you seen in this picture, second one is lunar eclipse. Now we will see in detail lunar eclipse. When the earth comes between the sun and the moon in space, the earth abstracts the sunlight. The shadow of the earth falls on the moon. This phenomenon is called a lunar eclipse. When the shadow of the earth is cast on the whole moon, the eclipse is called total lunar eclipse. If a part of the moon comes in the shadow of the earth, the eclipse is called partial lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse can be seen with the naked eyes. A lunar eclipse takes place on a full moon day. In November 2016, the star called Rohini was hidden behind the moon, and the phenomenon of occultation took place. When a planet or a star gets covered behind the moon, the phenomenon is called a occultation. Now we will see last topic is zero shadow day. On this day, the sun reaches exactly over our head. This phenomenon occurs at noon. At this time, our shadow appears to be vanished completely, or this phenomenon occurs at noon. At this time, our shadow disappears completely. At the time of this event, a shadow of a person standing without stretching his hand or her hand and legs falls right below the base of her or her feet. This shadow is not seen, due to which it is appears to be vanished. But if the person stretch his or her hands out, its shadow is seen. This event occurs in the region behind the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Always remember, children, an eclipse is a natural phenomenon. Many superstitions connected to eclipse are prevalent in the society. It is necessary that everyone makes efforts to right the society of superstitious beliefs.